Ours.
And we are going to discuss our experiences in dating and how astrology has
Influenced.
influenced or not influenced enough.
Yeah.
There's some definite disasters that could have been avoided. I know that I could have avoided if I had paid more attention to astrology. And so,
Yeah.
where to start?
Start with Capricorn because we've both been with Capricorns. My first love was a Capricorn.
Her father, my ex-husband, was a Capricorn.
Yeah. They're so vengeful. They all have this one saying, and it's an eye for an eye. And an eye for an eye makes the world go blind.
It's true.
Yeah. Doesn't even matter if it was your fault. If you accidentally did something, they will punish you. It is disgusting. I hate Capricorns, but I love them.
I mean, Capricorns are fine to date. I think that it depends on who you are, like how you're going to mesh with somebody. And then there's a whole chart to take into consideration.
Yeah.
So I'd say the first thing I would do when you meet somebody, and this may sound hokey, but I would do a compatibility report. They have free ones at cafeastrology.com. I highly recommend cafeastrology.com.
Yep.
They're very accurate, and they have a lot. So you, even if you don't know the time of birth, you put in their birthday and birth city, and you put in your birthday and birth city, and it will tell you by planetary aspects, like the planetary aspects you have in your chart, how they line up or fail to line up with the planetary aspects in the other person's chart. And it in my experience, gives you great insight into where your relationship is going to go and what kind of communication you're going to have and lack of communication you're going to have, obstacles that you'll have to overcome to stay together, or
if they're cheater pumpkin eaters.
And it doesn't necessarily say this person's a cheater.
Well, yeah.
But I've had instances where I dated this guy for 5 years, and there was a lot of, we'll just say, scandalous stuff that happened while I was dating this person. And when I went later and got into astrology and looked at our compatibility, it was all over the compatibility report in like 20 different places that things of a scandalous nature would happen. And, it's better safe than sorry. So Why wouldn't you take 10 minutes to look up how your charts align for free?
Couldn't hurt.
I don't think sun signs is all there is to take into consideration. Whatever your sign is, it's what your sun is in when you're born. But there's also where the moon is, which is your inner self. And Venus is very important. Venus is...
Oh, yeah, and Mars.
Mars is sex. Mars is very important.
Yes, Mars is quite important.
Well, that depends on where your Mars is and how you feel about sex. If sex is not that important to you, then you're probably going to want to find somebody whose Mars is in a similar placement. Like my Mars is in Scorpio.
That's the most sexual place it could be.
That is the most sexual placement of any planet in any chart. It's the Mars in Scorpio. And, of course, I have it, which sucks because...
I would kill for that. I have my Mars in Libra. You know how crappy it is to have your Mars in Libra? It's such an unsexual sign. It's all intellectual and stuff.
But they're all about, having lots of friends.
I mean, they're fair, so at least I'm not selfish. But that's all.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
Yeah. I always find Libras to be really pretentious. I don't dig them that much. No offense, Libras.
I've pretentious? Really? Why do you say that?
I don't know. They just tend to be kind of pretentious.
I have a lot of Libra influence, so...
Oh, yeah.
I'm offended.
It's okay. You can talk crap about my sign all you want. I'll be fine.
Okay, so let's talk about some Venus placements, since that's probably the most important thing to take into consideration. Let's start with Venus and Aries.
Oh, I don't know much
One of
about
my
Venus.
personal favorites.
What's up with Venus? Like, what does that planet exactly rule? Your feminine side?
No. Venus is how you're going to be in a partnership, how you're going to be.
Okay. So Aries, selfish.
Aries are very selfish.
Yeah. Yeah,
They are not in a conscious decision. I don't care about your feelings. I only care about mine. They have trouble recognizing that other people have feelings. That's the problem with Aries. So they're not going to be out to hurt you.
No.
But they're not going to realize that the things that they're doing and saying have such an incredible impact on you. So if you're a sensitive person like me, you might want to stay away from people with Venus and Aries or Sun and Aries or just a lot of Aries in their chart.
Yeah, they just tend to put themselves first. You know, I do that in my own Aries way.
And that's fine. I mean, it can be healthy to be selfish. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself ahead of everybody else. But
you can't be totally selfish. You gotta balance it a little bit.
Yeah, you can't. It's a relationship. It's a partnership. You can't only worry about how it's affecting you. You have to take into consideration what effect are you having on the other person. And I think that's really hard for people with Aries placements, especially a lot of Aries in their chart. I think it's hard for them to always see how they're affecting other people.
Yeah. What about Venus and Taurus?
Venus and Taurus. Well, I guess if you wanted to get into the heart of somebody with Venus and Taurus, take them to dinner and buy them a car.
Oh, yeah. Or
they're yours. They're yours for life.
Yeah. Yeah. Cook. Be a good cook. They dig that.
Yes. But Venus and Taurus people also, they do take care of who they're with.
Oh, yeah. And they're very committed and stable. Sturdy.
They're just a little lazy.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind a lazy person, maybe Tauruses do sometimes cheat, just to be fair.
A little bit.
But if you keep them happy, they will not cheat on you. They will only cheat on you when they feel like you don't appreciate what they're doing for you.
Yeah.
And they don't feel loved. Not that that makes it okay. It's never okay to cheat. But, yeah, okay. Venus in Gemini.
Yeah.
That's one I haven't really looked a whole lot into.
Yeah, me either.
What would a Venus and Gemini person be like dating? I would think that it would be really hard to pin them down and get them to commit fully.
Yeah.
They tend to be a little all over the place.
They thrive on communication, so they're going to
be prepared to stay up all night on the phone.
Talking about your feelings. They dig that.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. They can't be with you if they can't communicate with you. Yeah.
Venus in, after Gemini. Cancer, oh.
Oh, well, you're very loving.
Yes.
A little clingy.
Venus and Cancer. They'll be your mama. They'll tuck you in and feed you soup when you're sick.
Yeah. They tend to look for like their other half because they feel like they need to the gang.
Mm-hmm. Good matches with Cancer Venus. Venus and Cancer. Scorpio. Venus and Scorpio.
Yeah. I think Capricorn goes very well with that. The opposite.
Yeah, Capricorn.
It's your partner sign. What about Venus and
Leo? That's me.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Venus and Leo people. Most importantly, the most important thing to note here is that Venus and Leo people don't just want to be swept away into a romantic movie. They want to be swept away into a romantic comedy. They want everything to be full of excitement, and they don't want to just find a partner, they want to find a best friend that they will be in love with every time they look at them.
Yeah, I can see that.
And there's also a lot of pride, though, there. So
Oh, yeah.
their ego in the relationship is going to be an issue. Like sometimes, say they are suspicious that you're cheating, they're not going to just ask you, or they're not going to say, let me look in your phone. They have too much pride for that, too much pride in the relationship to like sink to that low. So they are more likely to obsess over it, maybe go through your phone while you're sleeping, and
Yeah?
and then, you know, never tell you that's why they broke up with you, because they found out that you cheated, because it hurts their pride too much to really deal with the fact that they've been cheated on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what you said. I agree.
But yeah, passion. But in any fire sign, any Venus and fire, or just fire signs, sun signs, whatever, your fire signs need passion.
They do.
They need it to never be dull, which can lend itself to a bit of an emotional roller coaster in a relationship, because the second it gets dull, they'll find a way to spice it up, even if it's just by having a fight. But come on, you can't have the great makeup sex if you don't have the big fight.
Yeah. It's true. From what I've heard. Venus and what's after Leo, Virgo?
Yeah, Virgo, Venus and Virgo people.
They like commitment, like a stable.
And they like things to fit into boxes, you know?
Yeah.
They don't want to be friends with benefits and unclear of what the boundaries are. They want to be in a relationship. They want it defined. Yeah. They need to know their role. They need to know, they're going to want to know everything about you so they can take care of you.
Yeah. No.
They can love you to death a little, probably.
Yeah, they can. What's after Virgo? Libra?
Libra.
Oh, Venus and Libra. They're very fair. And they love talking and intellectual stimulation. They dig that. And they'll give that. And they need that and receive.
Not just Venus and Libra, say their sun's in Libra, though. Libra's like an audience. They like interacting with lots of people at once. So if you're dating someone with Libra and you're a total hermit and you don't want to leave your house like me,
yeah,
you know, then you might have an issue there. There might be obstacles to overcome.
Yeah, that's true. And they tend to kind of blow people off a lot. Like, they're like, yeah, I'm totally going to do that. And they don't. It's just because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So they may do that.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally. It's just their thing.
So Libra, Scorpio.
Scorpio. Venus and Scorpio. Very controlling.
Very controlling.
Yes.
If you're going to get with a Scorpio, they're going to own you.
Yeah. I'm with the Scorpio right now. Myself. Yeah.
How's that going?
He gets jealous really easy. Like, whenever friends come over, I can't have them cuddle with me before we go to sleep. And you know, girls do that.
What? No, we don't.
Girls, my friends and I do that all the time. We cuddle before we go to sleep.
It's okay if you're gay. You can tell me. I won't judge you if you're gay.
I've already come out to you, Mom. And I like chicks. I'm just with a guy.
Hello, people are gonna watch this. You could have just not said that.
Oh,
anyway, Scorpios, they wanna own their partner.
Yeah, they do. They can be kind of clingy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take hints very well. Like, if you don't text back, they'll still show up at your house.
And like Cancer, they're a water sign. So, and they're like Cancer, I feel like they could love you to death. Like, they could just hold on to you and love you till you're like,
squeeze you till you can't breathe.
God, give me air.
Yeah.
So Scorpio, Sag. Your favorite
that's
sign.
That's where my Venus is, Sagittarius. Yeah.
Good luck on getting a Venus, or just Sagittarius in general, someone with a Sagittarius placement, to really commit.
Yeah.
I mean, they may commit, but they're apt to change their mind the next day.
Yeah, and they need a lot of excitement. Like, you need to be interesting. And you kind of have to make them chase you a little bit because they dig that.
Right, but they, you know, they don't want to feel the least bit smothered. They will run.
It's true. Yeah.
So if you're looking into dating somebody with a Venus in Sagittarius or just a Sun in Sagittarius, a lot of Sagittarius in their chart.
To be interesting.
Be interesting, yeah, because they get bored really easy. But also, don't try to be possessive and don't try to tell them where this relationship is going. Never try to order them to do anything. That will not bode well.
It won't go well at all.
No.
Yeah, they have really fiery emotions too. Very passionate. So if you're a dull lover, then don't bother.
Right.
Yeah. And after Sag is Capricorn. Capricorn.
You know, Capricorn's Earth, so they do well with other Earth and water mainly, but Capricorns are going to want to financially take care of you, which is fine.
I know.
It's fine. Capricorns out there, hey, holler, I'm single. Just kidding, kind of. I have found Capricorns to be a little lacking in the emotion department.
Yeah, they fear intimacy a lot. And they tend to be pretty boring in bed. Yeah. And they love to take care of you like a father type way, because Capricorn's the father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, a Capricorn you're not going to have to worry that much about. Is he really working late or is he cheating? Chances are he's working late.
Yeah, they're total workaholics.
You're not going to have to worry about, is he really driven to make something of himself? Because, I mean, when they're young, maybe not, but when they get to, like, marrying age, they're going to be very, very into having a career and supporting themselves, and they're not likely to be freeloaders.
And in high school, they make very good grades. They're very dedicated to their work. But they don't take shit. They're kind of snippy. They remind me of cats. A lot. They just do, because they got a lot of pride. But they like to be pet. But they never show you any respect. They're like, okay, you know what? I can't describe it, but they remind me like of cats. A lot.
Okay, we'll skip over that part. So moving on to,
I think it's Aquarius.
Right. I totally brain farted there. Right, Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Okay. Well, I've dated exactly one Aquarius in my life, and I will never make that mistake again.
I love Aquarians.
I mean, wow.
I think they're rad.
They're rad, but they are not much into relationships per se.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure every Aquarius is different, and it doesn't matter if we're talking Venus. I don't know why we started with Venus, because it doesn't matter. Your Venus is going to affect how you date, your sun, your moon. Important placements are all going to affect your dating. But Aquarius, they have a fear of commitment. They feel trapped very easily, and they have an issue with authority. So if they're naturally rebellious, so if they feel like you're laying down the law, like you are not seeing other girls, I am the only girl in your mind, you are not even going to be looking at naked pictures of other girls, I am the only girl that exists in your, forget it. It's over. It's over the second you start saying shit like that. It's done.
Yeah, and they withdraw a lot. That's when you know things are bad. That's when they withdraw. Never dated an Aquarius. I would love to, but they're hard to find.
They're also music snobs, just
okay,
FYI.
Yeah, they have, that's true, they are music snobs.
They're total music snobs. They're like, oh my god, what are you listening to?
I know.
It's over. I'm sorry, I like Vanilla Ice sometimes, you know, it helps me relax.
Yeah, and they're very quirky, you know, like how they flirt. They're like, hey, sailor. Yeah, they're pretty quirky. I really like them. If you're an Aquarius, hit me up.
Pisces probably would be the only sign. I have very little personal experience. I've never had a friend that was a Pisces that I know of. Family, no Pisces family, no Pisces lovers. I can tell you what I know about Pisces, but don't you have a little more experience with Pisces than me?
Yeah, a little bit. I've talked to a few Pisces guys. Around 3 or 4. They're into weird stuff, typically. But mostly the men. The women are very, very pretty from what I've noticed. Yeah. Um, they're really emotional.
I know they're really sensitive.
Yeah, they're so sensitive.
So you have to be really careful. Like I tend to be blunt. My son's in Virgo.
Yeah.
Hello. So be careful. You have to be careful being blunt. Maybe choose your words carefully.
They're very good at picking up on your emotions. So if you're the type of person that likes to keep things bottled up, don't be around a Pisces. It's weird. It freaks me out. I'll be upset.
I bottle everything up, and
Yeah.
probably Pisces isn't for me.
Yeah. Pick up on everything. Like if you want them to go, they'll notice. It's horrible.
Okay, so let's talk about compatibility a little bit.
Okay.
I want to say that every sign has an element, and water, air, earth, fire, and like the elements that go together, the signs are going to go together. So water and earth, they mix. Earth and earth, water and water. Those are naturally going to combine really well. And then you've got fire and air, or fire and air and air. But there's a whole chart to take into consideration.
Yeah.
And most people are going to have a concentration of at least 2, if not just a combination of 3 or 4 of the elements. And that makes it hard because there's no way that all of your elements are going to get along with all of their elements. It's never going to happen. So you're going to have to, look at your chart, look at their chart. What is dominant in your chart? Say you have a lot of earth and a lot of fire. Then you're going to want somebody who you can match up with that maybe is got water and air.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also think it works in your chart. Like your signs, your moon and your sun, they kind of combine and can be more compatible within yourself than others. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm fire and air, and it goes well together.
Your sun and your moon?
Yeah.
I'm earth and earth. How boring. How solid.
Oh, but you're on the Libra cusp. It makes a lot.
I will say this about not just me being an earth sign. My experience with earth signs is that when they commit themselves to somebody, they're fully committed. Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, they are not going to cheat on you. They're not going to think about cheating on you. When they commit themselves to you, you own them. I mean, that's it. They're married. Even if y'all have only committed to each other to be in a relationship for a month. In their mind, that's it.
Yeah.
They're with you. That tends to scare off more flighty signs like Aquarius.
Or Sag.
Or Sag.
Yeah.
She'd go screaming for the hills if I dated her. Ah! So earth signs, also fire with earth. Earth will put that fire out.
Would it also be something the fire to feed on?
Right, until the fire burns up everything that earth has to give for fuel. And then the fire is burning brighter than ever, but what does earth have? Earth is
empty.
It's been ravaged and it has nothing left.
I think earth and air go well together. It keeps air from floating off into space. I agree with that.
Take a chart, for example, that has a lot of earth and a lot of fire.
Yeah?
What would you think that person?
Earth and fire, I would think either air and earth or air and fire would be best.
Air and earth.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. What about someone who has a lot of fire and water in their chart? That would be tough. Water.
Fire and water are just so
That's going to be
crazy.
a total passionate, emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So they would want someone really calm and non-sensitive. Probably
Yeah.
like a Virgo Capricorn or Virgo Libra, because Libra's going to be really fair and Virgo's about serving. And
Yeah.
of course, Virgos are a little blunt.
Yeah.
Water signs probably don't do well with blunt.
They really don't.
It's really a conundrum.
It is.
It is. I mean, the compatibility part of it is. One thing I thought would be fun to do is let's go through sign by sign and tell you how that sign is going to dump you.
Oh, let's do it.
The conversation of being dumped coming from an Aries
Would be like, let me think. Probably be through a text message. Hey, we aren't working out. Or one Aries dumped me through a text and it was like, it's over. That's it.
no explanation.
I was like, what? What's over? Your movie? No, we're over. That's it.
One thing I know for sure is that once an Aries has made up their mind, there's no changing it. There's no changing their mind. So if an Aries decides that it's not working out between you,
Yeah, it's not.
there's no point in crying and begging and saying, no, it's not. We can work this out. I'm sorry. It's an Aries. So
Yeah.
God, they get mad easy. There's no telling what you did. But I'm sorry. I blah, blah, blah. If they, in their mind, it's not working out, then you might as well pack your bags. It's over. It's like a train. Once they've got that momentum, there's no stopping them. I mean, that's true of when they decide to pursue somebody they like.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But it's also true of when they decide to leave somebody that they've been with. It's over.
I need to pee.
You couldn't have done that before?
Oh, I didn't have to pee before we started, so I'm going to go pee.
Okay, and next would be Taurus. A Taurus would probably break up with you by saying, I'm marrying your brother because he bought me a house. So we're going to have to break up now. That would be my best guess. Cancer, a Cancer would never break up with you. You're going to have to dump the Cancer. A Cancer is going to hold on for dear life and suffocate you while you make a narrow escape. Yeah, a Cancer's not going to dump you. A Cancer's going to get dumped. And it's probably going to take you about a year to get the idea through their head that you're actually over. And then they'll even hang on just as a friend, just to not totally lose touch with you. After Cancer would be Leo. Leos have a temper, okay? So if a Leo's going to break up with you, it's not going to be pretty. In fact, they may not break up with you. They just may throw such a temper tantrum that you never talk to them again. They're very prideful, so I would say if you don't want to lose your Leo lover, the most important thing to do would be to not hurt their pride. Don't make them look stupid in front of friends. Don't cheat on them. Don't insult something they're sensitive about. Just watch out for Leo's pride. You hurt their pride, it's good as over. And they may hang on a while. They're not like Aries. They're not gonna, once their mind is made up, they'll battle with it, a Leo will, but I mean, you hurt their pride and
yeah,
it's pretty much into the game.
Yeah.
Virgo, how would a Virgo? Okay, I'm a Virgo, so let's see. How would I break up with you?
They'd send a very long, detailed
6-page email
about what's wrong with you and how they're moving on to bigger and greater things.
I was going to say that they would bottle up their emotions until they exploded and then went off on you so bad that you were too embarrassed or ashamed to ever speak to them again.
Yeah.
Virgos, they're unselfish and they'll take care of you and love you and have total patience with you. But they're making a list and they're checking it twice and they're holding on to that shit. And that anger didn't just disappear.
Yeah.
They're just keeping it quiet until it.
And they're very nitpicky. You know, you could have the smallest little flaw and it could just ruin the whole thing. I know a guy who's a Virgo, and you know what? This is dirty. I can't talk about it.
Anyway, so after Virgo's Libra, how would a Libra break up with you? You're coming between me and my fans. We're going to have to end this because my Facebook friends are barely speaking to me anymore.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. They'd probably make up a reason because they want to please everyone. And they'd be like, oh,
they are people pleasers. That's true. I didn't think about it. They're people pleasers. So it's not you. I'm not into the relationship thing.
I don't know.
I'm into dudes.
Yeah,
I'm not into girls
dudes
anymore. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But then they're going to turn around and like date your sister or something.
Yeah. Libra. What's after Libra?
Scorpio. See, you know what I said about Cancer while you were in the bathroom?
What?
I said, I don't think a Cancer would break up with you.
Yeah,
You're going to have to break up with the Cancer. And I think the same thing would go for Scorpio.
That's what I was about to say, yeah. Because they don't really leave.
Do keep in mind that if Scorpios have secrets. If their midheaven is in Scorpio, they're going to have so many secrets, it's going to be downright scary. Be prepared to stay up late some nights going through their phone trying to figure out what the fuck is really going on if they're Scorpio.
Yeah.
Especially midheaven and Scorpio for some reason. So.
Yeah, they'd probably do it if they had to. I don't even know how they would do it. I can't imagine a Scorpio breaking up with anybody.
Yeah, they'll love you to death. They're going to cling on and they're going to try and work it out. They're going to go to counseling with you. Y'all are going to have the same fights and the same conversations and they're going to consider it progress. Y'all are working through it. If you're not interested in them for the long haul, then I don't suggest Scorpios because they want a life partner.
Yeah. Also, what I've noticed with Scorpio is if they're going to break up with you, it's probably because of something crazy emotional that happened. So if it's in a breakup, they're emotional and they're mad at you and they're going to say really nasty things to you.
But then they're going to take it back and not want to break up.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going to have to break up with them.
Yeah. And then Sagittarius. Whenever I break up, I'm usually pretty honest. Like, yo, you're great, but you're kind of annoying.
But you got sweaty, and I'm just not into sweat. And
yeah, your back was really sweaty that other day. So this is cool. I'll text you later.
It was cool dating you for that 5 days.
Yeah.
But tonight when you picked me up, your breath smelled a little bit of garlic, and I'm just not into garlic breath.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like hot Cheetos.
It's been great. It's over.
Yeah, probably through text.
It's been fun, but I gotta run. Okay, so then Capricorn.
Capricorn. Usually, every time I've been dumped by a Capricorn, it's usually because they lost their temper and they want to get back at me and punish me for something I said.
The only Capricorn I ever dated, her father, which was, obviously, it was like 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
He dumped me constantly for reasons that made absolutely no sense. Well, he did, and the last guy I dated did. You'll notice we're sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
That's because my boyfriend moved out and took all the furniture, so I have no furniture.
What a piece of work, right? Yeah. Yeah. After Capricorn, it's it's Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. How did Aquarius dump you? Or did you dump him?
I got so tired of trying to figure out if he really liked me or if he was just, trying to get me in bed. I just got so tired of him not calling me back or disappearing for 3 or 4 days and then you know, he's all got a fear of commitment, so I'm not allowed to ask him where he's been or bitch about it. And we're not in a relationship, but we've been dating for 3 months, and
Yeah.
it finally just, I just quit calling him. And of course, you know, he was not calling me in the first place. It was only me calling him. So
Yeah.
when I quit calling him, that was the end of it.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a big dramatic breakup with an Aquarius. You're just going to finally get the point and leave them alone.
Yeah. They're not very dramatic.
Oh, they're not into the dramatics at all. Forget it.
Yeah. Pisces, on the other hand.
Oh, Lord.
God, the waterworks. There's going to be tears. Regardless who's doing the dumping. They're going to be like, well, I love you so much, it just can't work. And they'll call you crying for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to, yeah, you got to deal with that.
Yeah, Pisces are very sensitive, and I think Pisces are kind of like Virgos in that they like to kind of turn into recluses and crawl into their cave and disappear for a while. So I would imagine being dumped by a Pisces, there would be a lot of just, they quit answering your calls and you don't see them online for a week or hear from them, and you know, then you go on a date with somebody else and they hear about it and they call you crying, and how could you, they're so hurt.
Yeah.
That's probably how a breakup with the Pisces would go if I had to guess. But you know, if you are like me and you enjoy being alone the majority of your time, and you're also very sensitive and you don't like to talk about your feelings, I would think a Pisces would be a good match for me. I've never dated one, but because then I wouldn't have to tell them that they hurt my feelings, because they'd be so sensitive, they'd pick up on it, and I don't like to talk about my feelings. So that, and then, you know, they could go into their own little world and I could go into my own little world. Or we could go into our own little world. We'd both be happy being alone. And that's all in theory. I've never experienced this. But, you know, if you're a Pisces guy between the age of 30 and 40, you know, I'm single mingle. I need furniture. You got furniture?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's how the signs would dump you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to add about astrology and dating?
Not particularly.
So this will be posted on my YouTube.
Yeah.
More videos to come. Darla Mars is going to pick out our next topic. What's it going to be, Darla?
Oh, we'll have to have time to think about it.
That's
a big decision
Real quick.
I'm not ready to make. That's too much stress, and I'm going to choose wrong.
Okay, she's scared to make a decision, which is really typical of Sagittarius. So it's inspired me. Our next video is going to be over the signs and their biggest fears.
Oh, good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought so. It's different, creative.
Yes.
And tonight I'm going to start working on teroscopes for the signs. Never done it before, but I really feel like the confidence in my tarot cards and the readings I've been giving lately that I think that I can do teroscopes, monthly teroscopes for the signs. So we're going to start tomorrow in September.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, share.
Stay cute.
Stay you.
Yeah.
And if you're a Pisces guy,
you're an Aquarius guy, hit me up. Oh, wait, no, I have a boyfriend. Don't hit me up. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.